What is up, guys? This is On and Off Football. I am your host, Emmanuel, and I'm going to be talking about how the Packers can get into the playoffs if everything goes according to plan with their games, and a few teams lose that are also in playoff contention looking to get into the playoffs. So, the Packers are 5-6 going into the Chiefs game at Lambeau Field. What they need to do right now.
End zone, Cobb, touchdown! Unbelievable!
Packers coming out of a dominant performance against the Lions at Ford Field. What a game for the Packers. Nobody expected the aggression. Nobody expected that much out of this Packers team, especially from what we've seen this year so far. But Jordan Love coming out of the Lions game, 22 for 32, 268 passing yards, and 3 touchdowns. Dominant performance in the air. Just Jordan Love, especially on play action. Jordan Love is perfect on play action. He is killer on play action. He is unstoppable. And yeah, we didn't get the run game going as much as we had hoped, but the Packers did get a lot of passing yards, got a lot of touchdowns in the air. Personally, never seen a Packers team that dominant ever. At least the last 7 years. Rodgers was dominant like that, but Jordan Love he killed it. I did not expect it on Thanksgiving, especially. Yeah, it's the Lions. They always lose on Thanksgiving. But technically, the game was 29-14. The garbage time touchdown, you could say it counts. You could say whatever. It doesn't matter. The Packers scored 20 points in the first quarter. And none of those scorings were a fluke. The Packers came in. They told the Lions that they are here to fight. And they were there. They definitely fought. Christian Watson, 5 receptions, 94 yards, and 1 touchdown. That long bomb to Watson, first play of the game, reminded me exactly of last season, the first play of the season. But this time it actually went according to plan. And that's what we need to do with Watson. Watson is a big receiver, a fast receiver, and he's going to be there. He's going to be there for big-time targets, big-time catches. We need to get him in the end zone. He's a big receiver. He can moss anybody. Let's be honest. He is massive compared to everybody. Malik Heath also coming in clutch, being activated this week or last week. He came in with some big catches. And Jaden Reed with a great touchdown catch. That throw was unbelievable by Jordan Love. And yeah, overall, we had a great game against the Lions. We also thought we were not going to win that game for the most part. A lot of people did not have the Packers in the game, that's for sure. The Lions did not look like themselves. I think they'll get that turned around. But the Packers, they looked very good compared to what they've been looking like this year so far. I mean, the last 3 games, the Steelers, the Chargers, and the Lions have been amazing games from Jordan Love, except those 2 picks that happened in the end of the Steelers game. Could have been a different situation if we had won that game. But it's the NFL. People lose, people win. It's going to be like that in the NFL, especially in such a tough league this year. A lot of teams are in it. And I don't know what's worse, the NFC or the AFC, because both divisions have so many teams looking to get into the playoffs. I mean, the AFC has 6 teams in the hunt. 6. The NFC only has 4. And the Seahawks and the Vikings hold 2 playoff spots, the 6th seed and the 7th seed. And they're both barely above 500. Well, the Vikings at this point, they're not. The Vikings are, what it seems, not what people thought they were going to be with Josh Dobbs. But who knows? Maybe that turned around. But they did lose against the Bears on Monday night, which was a horrific game. I don't think I'll ever see anything like that on primetime again. I don't think I'll watch it. I only watched it because we wanted the Packers to get a chance. We wanted the Bears to win, and they did. So, yeah. Going into Week 13, the Packers have a very tough matchup against the Chiefs in Lambeau Field, which is something. We haven't played in Lambeau Field since Steelers game. So that's a home field advantage. That's always important, especially the weather. The weather is going to be a big factor in this game. Mahomes, of course, he can play in any condition. It's Patrick Mahomes. I'm not Chris Collinsworth, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Jordan Love. If this offense keeps going, if they can be as dominant as they were against the Lions, I can potentially see this being a very close game, especially also if the defense can play as well as they did, especially without their starters. We don't know how it's going to be going into this game. Will we have Jair? Will we have Quay Walker? Will we have Devondre Campbell? We'll have to see. It was a very good game from the defense against the Lions, against a very good offensive line. Basically the best offensive line in the NFL. Yes, they were a little bit injured, but still a lot of interior linemen that are probably top 10, top 5. So, yeah, Packers have a tough matchup in Lambeau against the Chiefs, but the Packers really need to settle this now. They need to get everything straight if they want to make a playoff push at this point in the season. The Packers sitting at 5-6, they're going into probably the biggest game of the season at this point, especially looking at their record. They need this win. There's no doubt about it. Obviously, people don't expect them to win. It's the Chiefs. It's a 6.5 underdog. It's pretty big, especially at Lambeau Field. Packers aren't normally that, unfavored, but it's the Chiefs. The Chiefs' defense is playing better than their offense, and I don't think I would ever say those words in my life, but it's true. Their defense is playing better than their offense. Their offense is very stacked. They have good offense. The receivers just need to catch the ball, and if they do, then they're going to figure it out instantly. So, yeah, Packers going into that really tough matchup. They need to win that game. I thought that was obvious. But Seahawks actually have a game tonight against the Cowboys. The Packers need the Seahawks to lose tonight to potentially take the 7th seed in the playoffs. The Packers do win on Sunday night against the Chiefs, and the Seahawks lose tonight against the Cowboys. The Packers will take that playoff spot, and that would be it would be great for the Packers because their next games are pretty easy. They have the Giants, the Bucks, the Panthers, the Vikings, and the Bears. All of these are such winnable games. I mean, if anything, the Vikings game might be a little bit tough, but if they play like they did against the Bears, I think we'll be just fine. So Packers potentially 10-7, 11-6, whatever. They can make a playoff push. They just have to play as dominant as they have been. Especially, these last 3 weeks have been great from the entire team. Defense did not play terrible. Run defense it's never going to be, good. It's getting better, but we still have a lot of holes to fix. Also, need a lot of players to come back from IR, which is good. We have Darnell Savage and Eric Stokes possibly playing. Practicing, but who knows if they're going to play in this very big game, because this is going to be a massive game for the Packers. I cannot stress that enough. Biggest game of the year. It's all it is. It's Packers. Jordan Love needs to be dominant, needs to get the ball in his best receiver's hands. Christian Watson needs to have a crazy game. If he doesn't, I don't know who's going to step up. We need some step. Jaden Reed, again, still has that chest injury. Did not practice yesterday. Hopefully he will play. I'm assuming he will play. Dontavian Wicks should be playing this week. He was just on concussion protocol. He did pass the protocol. So he should be good going into week 13 against the Chiefs. But yeah, the Packers can easily make the playoffs if they just play the same way they have been, and if they beat the Chiefs on Sunday. If they beat the Chiefs on Sunday, ESPN gives them a 100% chance to make the playoffs. I mean, that's a crazy percent. I don't know how you could go from 43 to 100 after beating one team. Yeah, it's the Chiefs, but they've also had ups and downs. They've lost a few games. Packers have lost a few games that they probably should have won. I mean, Raiders, it was an easy game. Their defense was probably top 10 worst defenses in the NFL at that time. But, I mean, I don't know. Packers had a curse. Broncos are looking better now. Raiders are looking better now. I don't know. Packers are a curse or whatever, but Packers do need this game. And I think they can win this game. And it's going to take a lot. Especially going to have to develop the run game. If you cannot get the run game going, I don't see you really doing anything. Because Chiefs secondary is very, very good. It's probably top 5 at this point. Because they've really worked on that interior line. They've worked on the safeties. They've worked on everything they have. But the interior line is probably the best part of their defense, if I'm being honest. So running the ball is going to be pretty hard. But we'll see. Who knows? Who knows how it's going to be? It's going to be a crazy game. Possibly a shootout. Possibly a low-scoring game, especially if the defenses play well. And the offenses, they have that time where they just can't do anything, which is very possible, especially in a game like this. At Lambeau Field, possible snow. It's going to be cold. That is for sure. But, yeah, Packers. Chiefs, Sunday night, they need that win. Seahawks need to lose tonight. And the Packers can run the table. You could say it like that. They can win out. It's very easy if they beat the Chiefs. And I say they win out if they beat the Chiefs. But we'll see. We like the optimism here, especially going into Week 13 after beating the Detroit Lions, after they destroyed the Packers on that Thursday night. So, with all of that, this has been On and Off Football. I'm your host, Emmanuel. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.